Good evening, folks. Welcome to Two-Bite Tabletop with Bow Ties and Bugbear. I'm Steven, also known as Bow Ties and Bugbear on Twitter. You can find my work on DM's Guild. Tonight is session 1 of Monster of the Week. You will join the hunters as they investigate a series of strange break and occurrences in Souris, Manitoba. On this journey, I am joined by from Dice Drop Evolution. You can find their work at www.dicedropblog.com, and they are at Dice Drop on Twitter. I'm joined by Kyle from Play Nerd Allies. Stuff on twitch.tv/PlayNerdAllies. You can on www.playnerdallies.com and at AlliesNerd on Twitter. Joined by Kat, known as K Meza on DM's Guild, and at Literary Caitlin on Twitter. And finally, joined by Pete Schwab. You can find his work as Pete Schwab on DM's Guild or at Disco Pete on Twitter. You can find all of our socials and our various products down in the links in the doobly-doo. And just a quick word of caution for this evening's show. Our content warnings are for language, minor violence. There's also some cruelty towards shapeshifters in animal form, and we are dealing with the RCMP, so we are dealing with topics that deal with law enforcement. We join our hunters at the RCMP detachment in Souris, Manitoba. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All right. So this is episode 2 of Monster of the Week, session 1. We are in the rural Manitoba farming community of Souris, Manitoba. If you missed last week, we created all of our characters. I'm Steven. I'm the keeper of monsters and mysteries. To my, over on that side on my screen, I've got Kat, who will be playing Scott Smalls, the mundane. That's correct. I didn't, it's the mundane. Yes, Kat?
Yeah, mundane as mundane can get.
Kat uses they, them pronouns. Scott uses he, they pronouns. And beside Kat, to that side, we've got Kyle. Kyle will be playing Aloysius M. Matthias Smythe. Matthias? Or how?
Matthias.
Matthias.
Aloysius Matthias.
Aloysius Matthias Smythe.
Yes.
The monstrous.
Not Smith, good sir.
Smythe.
It is Smythe.
Down below.
Of the Manitoba Smythes. Thank you.
Of the Portage La Prairie Smythes. Below me, we have Pete Schwab, who will be playing Doug, who is the professional of the group.
The professional.
And to my diagonal below, we've got Allie from Dice Drop Evolution, who will be playing Ronan Connors, the spooky, if you happened to catch in the short period of time when I had up the version of the last week's video where I misspoke and called it Dice Drop Revolution and spelled it Dice Drop Revolution, that was incorrect. Allie, I will apologize to you on video while recording. And there is now an updated reduxed version of that video, and it has been corrected. Without further ado, I will bring you all to the small town of Souris, Manitoba. It is known for its pedestrian swinging bridge, which up until recently was the longest pedestrian swinging bridge in North America. It is home to the Rock Shop. It is known for, and I'll bring this over on the map. We've got the Rock Shop up over close to the Chicken Chef, which it's over here. Rock Shop. It's known for its Rock Shop, where you can get all sorts of fancy rocks and minerals.
Like amethyst and quartz and
Agate.
get a little peridot. Sometimes they might have some turquoise.
It's true.
It's really nice and in a good ring or
feel like I need a nap.
bracelet.
And just down to the south there,
Getting tired.
you've got the Chicken Chef, where every local knows is not where you eat. The only time you step foot in there is to vote in the federal election.
Oh. Okay. Good to know.
So yeah, every small town
Fantastic.
you vote at the Chicken Chef and you eat at the restaurant at the gas station.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
Canada.
Can we just
No
see
wonder
the
It
other
may,
views
it
on
may
that
be
one?
local to the prairies.
Thank God for universal health care. All right.
Well, it sounds like you've got it, but you don't know how to use it. You
Right.
know, you got universal health care. Use
You-
the Chicken Chef. Who
You
cares?
need it after you've
Who
eaten at the
cares?
Chicken Chef.
It's not like I have to pay for it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. And today I bring you to the local detachment of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, where Doug, did you have a last name, by the way?
It's just Doug.
It's
Who's
just Doug.
asking? I said, who's asking?
Oh, wow.
The
Very
Constable
aggressive.
Stanton is asking.
I didn't really think of one. Let's see. What's a good Canadian last name?
Well, there's
Live.
Doug McKenzie of
Oh,
Bob and
that's
Doug
a good
McKenzie.
one. Yeah, Bob. Yeah. Yeah. Hosers.
There you go, Hoser.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Doug
Yeah.
McKenzie.
There you go,
Okay.
Doug McKenzie. So we come to the local RCMP detachment. Doug, can you describe what your desk looks like at the local RCMP detachment?
Well, Doug takes this work very seriously, very organized, and it's got like a very distinct inbox and outbox, and he's carefully processes all the reports, looks into everything. I do want to make sure that I carry over from last time on my character sheet on my look. I did make sure to note a custom field for his Canadian tuxedo, so it's very, very business casual attire here at this office. But he takes it pretty seriously. I would say like on the wall, there's definitely a corkboard with like a map of. Is it Surrey? Is that or how is it? Souris. Okay.
Yes.
It's gonna mess with me because like I know French, and so it's like I don't know. Okay, so Souris.
Yes.
So we've got a map. And there's definitely pins from different sightings of different phenomena. And there's like a crappy coffee machine, maybe one of the pod machines. So yeah, he just drinks that, or a couple disposed Tim Hortons cups. Just throw
That would be
a little Canada culture in there.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, one of the fun things about living in the station is that Aloysius just does everything he can to create low-level annoyance in people without them sort of realizing it. So Aloysius has a tendency to, anytime Doug goes to the restroom, will go to the corkboard and just shift pins into different places slowly around places.
Hey, who didn't refill the toilet paper?
Nobody.
Who used
The other thing that Aloysius really loves is that under his desk, he's got like a big sort of cabinet in his desk that looks like a filing cabinet, but it's not. It's actually where he hides his cappuccino machine.
Oh my god.
Aloysius always has the most amazing smelling coffee, and no one can figure out where it's coming from because everyone else just has the crappy Keurig.
Steam coming out of your filing cabinet, I guess. Okay. All right, fine.
How do you
He
hide?
also moves very quickly, so you can't. So he always gets away with it.
It vents out to the outside of the building. There's like a little pipe that goes out of the back.
That's right. That's where I get my cappuccino water.
And Scott, why are you rolling up in your minivan today? What's the
Tech issues.
tech issues?
Yeah. An entire cup carrier of 4 different Tim Hortons drinks because just trying to be the best of the best for interns. And just pull out of the minivan, got both my laptop and then the Tim Hortons drinks, trying to get in there. But yes, tech issues is why I'm here. And also I brought very sugary drinks and I don't know if anyone's gonna have them, but they're here. So yeah.
By very sugary, you mean a double-double?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a double-double?
2 creams, 2 sugars.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Where are the donuts? That's what I want to know.
Unfortunately, I did not get donuts because I did not think, and also I only had enough change to buy coffees. Sorry.
Well, first thing, Scotty, I think the corkboard is on the fritz. My pins keep moving just a little bit. Can you take a look at that, please?
As you say that, I'm going to come in with 5 rolls of toilet paper.
Oh,
I
I
found
used
this
4 of those
in the bathroom
10 minutes
earlier. I brought them out so that we would all know where they were.
So
I'm going to go put them down now.
Damn it, Aloysius. So tired. I keep smelling cappuccino. It makes me more tired.
He sort of pulls up one of them, and there's this really tall, thin demi-tasse cup. Just sort of sips it, then puts the toilet paper roll back on it. Bye.
I will start rearranging the pins to be back where they are based on
Oh no.
the files are. I'll do the nice deed, suppose.
You can sort of see where you use your tech skills and all of a sudden it comes to you. You can see the minute pinpricks where they've been moved from.
Yep.
It's a constellation of push pins in your mind.
I'm just staring at everything really hard, and I'm like, okay, is this a recent push pin hole, or is that an older push pin hole? I can't tell.
Kat, will you remind me? Am I your uncle or something? Is that the idea?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you're my uncle.
I also so just a heads up, I I did not put the history section in
Oh dear.
the video, so it can kind of come out as we go, so people can see
Okay.
it come out as we go. And Ronan, where are you as all of this is transpiring? What task are you in at the local detachment?
I feel like I was in the car with Scotty, but he like was on a mission. So
Yes.
so she's like taking her own time. She has her own beverage that wasn't in that carrier, and
Yep.
she's just like taking her own time when she finally gets in there to see Scotty looking at the pin board, see this like weird. She knows Owlicious is there just from like the abilities that she has. She's just like, yeah, this seems correct. Yeah. She's just holding her drink and just sort of watching.
And can I
helping at all.
sense you in the building?
If I attune myself to you, you totally can.
Or if you
And
if you have like, so the way this works is it's if you have a power that does it, you can just automatically use that, or just describe how you're using it. Yes, so if you
Yeah. I mean, our kind of backstory together was my great-great-grandmother had the ability and kind
Right.
of turned you into what you were. So I
Yeah.
feel like no matter what I do, I'm already kind of attuned to you, no matter the situation, just because bloodline-wise. So, like, I'm always aware of when you're around. So I just sort of, man, I have a soda can. This is how she's holding the coffee. Okay, this seems correct in this situation. Scotty, why are you just staring at the board like that?
Well, because sometimes if you like look real closely, you can tell which one are the older pinpricks and which ones are the newer pinpricks. I don't know how to explain it. There's like a look though that happens to the.
Honey, I appreciate you so much. You are so pretty. Because the pins keep moving, the older pinpricks are gonna be non-existent. So-
Right. But also Uncle D asked this out of me, so I'm just gonna fix it real quickly, alright?
You're doing great work. You're doing great work, Jake.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
Thanks.
You're gonna go far. You're gonna go real far.
Doug.
What is it?
I found
Alice?
I found a half a dozen donuts in the bathroom and flushed them down the toilet. Is that
Oh,
what you wanted?
What?
Is that, yeah,
Toilet
you
donuts.
mentioned
My
you
toilet
mentioned
donuts.
donuts and you mentioned the toilet, and I thought you would like them both together.
Ronan just looks over at Owlish and she goes, "I knew you were here. I knew it. Like, do you live
Hello, Ronan.
here? You were living in our shed for like a good year. You're here now?
Hello, Ronan.
Hello.
Your shed was very, very dusty, and it gave me allergies, so I had to leave.
Unfortunately, hun, you're also a little bit dusty.
I'm very dusty because I was locked in that shed for a long time.
You weren't supposed to leave, hun. That was the entire intent.
Well, the fact that there was a weird locked shed with someone screaming in it was attracting a lot of people, and they mysteriously died right around that shed. It wasn't my fault at all.
Well, the source was obviously feeding you, so I don't understand.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy talk. Are you acting like maybe it could have somehow been my fault from inside that locked shed?
Ronan just looks at you, just like one eyebrow, just like.
I'm going to go have some coffee now.
You just watch Scotty like slowly turns around and just looks absolutely like aghast at whatever the conversation is happening and just like shakes his head and just like, I'm just gonna go back to my pens. I'm just gonna go back.
Doug's
Scotty,
just
do you
dipping his
like
Tim
pens?
Hortons.
Can Ronan use telepathy to look inside Doug's mind to see where the pins were?
Just let me check out your playbook,
No problem.
and if there's anything you think that you would use in there, let me know.
In his brain.
You want to read Doug's mind?
I can read it to you.
Oh, you've got
It's-
telepathy. Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
choose telepathy?
Yeah, I chose it.
Okay. Yeah. So
Cool.
you can just
Yeah,
See.
it's literally like this can allow you to investigate a mystery, a bad situation without needing
Okay.
to talk.
yeah. So what are you trying to read from Doug's
I
Doug's
just
mind?
want to see if I can dig in his mind to know where those pins were, so we can
Okay.
leave this
Yeah.
office.
Yeah. Roll. So yeah, roll to investigate a mystery. So that would be plus sharp, I believe.
Cool.
Ooh.
Ooh, good roll. I got a 12 on that.
Yeah. So then you can just give me a second. There are questions that you can ask. So I'm gonna go and grab those basic
Well,
moves.
she's investigating. I'm gonna head over to the desk with our little techie over here, and I'm gonna pick up one of her pens and just one of his pens and just look at it and be like, "Is this the one that you wanted?"
Oh no, pins, not pens.
I'm gonna pick up another pen. Is this the one you wanted?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the questions here.
Is
No problem.
this the
Ronan
one
goes
you
up-
wanted?
Ronan goes up to Aloysius and
Okay.
goes, "You're not going to get anything out of him. Stop. They
Uh,
are a precious soul. Stop it.
you're annoying, just like your great grandmother.
I will show you annoying, and I will bring her back.
Want to
to
give me a
life.
red pen? I'll take it.
I'm gonna pick up a red pen, and just to spite Ronan, I'm gonna hand it to her, and not to Ronan, no, to my little techie friend over here that needs my help. They need a red pen, and I'm gonna be the one to give it to them. Here's your red pen.
Thanks, dude. You're really weird. Okay, I'm
And
just gonna go back to what I'm doing.
as you touch the pen, I'm just hungry right now, so I'm just gonna do just a little life drain on you, just a little
Okay,
bit,
we're
just a little.
not gonna resolve that right off the bat. First, we're gonna resolve the investigate a mystery. So on a 10 plus, you can hold 2 questions, and the questions you can ask of this are: what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go? What is it going to do? And what is being concealed here? So, I mean, some of those do not really
No.
apply
all of
to the
them
cork
apply.
board.
Every single one of them actually applies. There is
I
a
guess
monster
that's
here who
true.
is doing things.
I would know
Actually,
the
that's
monster
true.
that's doing it
But
already.
you don't necessarily know exactly what happened, right? So do you
No.
want to ask those questions so you can choose which questions? Do you have that playbook open as well? Do you want me to
This
repeat
can
the
be the
questions?
fastest game of Monster of the Week ever. We found him.
Found them all.
So these are in the basic moves.
Speed run.
So
Speedrun.
you can ask 2 of the following questions. What happened here? What sort of creature
okay.
is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here? And so
And where do these pins go?
Yeah.
but that's I mean, you say where do these pins go? But that brings up a salient point, is there's only certain types of information you might be able to get from a map. So you might, in fact, be able to see, you might be able to notice some stuff from this. Although you
Okay.
were technically trying to ask this from Doug's mind, correct? You're trying to remember what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was more of a where were these pins
Yeah.
originally sort of a situation. And like I guess like what are you trying to find in a way of conceal? I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
like
like that
what
would
is
be
being concealed here
Yeah.
and like what happened here would be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so choose a couple of those questions and let me know sort of the way in which you figured those out by using telepathy.
Yeah, so I would do the what are you trying to conceal and the first one that I keep forgetting because I have
What
ADHD.
happened here?
Yeah, what happened here and what are you trying to conceal? And the way I would go, my eyes would kind of like glaze over a little bit, and they're already pretty like Ronan's eyes are very dark already. So it's kind of hard to like actually see when she like his spaces out, but because Scotty's back is turned and everyone else is like kind of looking at the board trying to figure it out, she basically just sort of like brain blasts into Doug's head to like kind of just dig around, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
If
So,
I'll
yeah.
say, and then inside of Doug's head is like,
just a monkey.
it's just clear skies. It's
Head
like
empty.
blank. Yeah, like
I was like,
he's a
oh
very
no,
very
they're the
focused person.
same. They're
But
the
there's
same.
definitely some like real confusion about what it is that Scotty's supposed to be doing. Like he honestly believes that this corp board is the level of technology that Scotty's supposed to be dealing with as an IT person.
Well, I was
So
looking
he's
into
not,
Doug's mind. I
you
was
know,
looking into Doug's mind. Where,
sure, but that's what I'm saying is that Doug doesn't really know.
oh,
Like he's the kind of person who will sit down at a computer and like try and touch the screen and be like, why isn't this working? He's yeah.
Ronan's just like, oh god, they're the exact same. Crap. No thoughts.
So,
No thoughts. Head empty.
as
Heartful.
as you sort of look into Doug's unconscious, you can see there's like this sort of frustration in what you see as the the arousal center of his brain. You can sort of see that there's like a tangled knot back there almost.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of look from him and you look to the map on the wall. And you can see there's sort of there are a lot of pins that were taken out. And you can sort of, to answer the question of what has been concealed here, you're kind of untangling this mess. And you can see that there's a series of pins at various spots around the map that you're pulling out from its concealment. And you can see that there's a pin at the United Church of Canada on Fifth Avenue. You can see that there's a pin up at the rock shop.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there is a pin at the edge of the cul-de-sac on Daphne Avenue. And you can see that there is one more pin further south on the map where there's a baseball diamond just beyond what the map is showing.
Okay.
And you see that. And then you also, in his mind, make this connection of the pins sort of having some You're not sure what they are as you look at the pins, but there's Doug's showing some frustration about the fact that the pins kind of keep slipping more and more every day, and you notice on the pins on his desk that they're covered in a white powder, and it's a combination of dust from a garage. It's a little bit cobwebby, and the white powder that you find on Timbits, the powdered sugar that they use on Timbits.
Also uncut cocaine.
Little bit.
It's all no, it's all
Little
Timbit
bit.
powder.
Oh, sorry,
So,
Timbit. I meant
Are
Timbits.
those
Yeah.
are those pins the ones that you told me, like the ones where it's like the one on Daphne Avenue, the church, the rock shop, are those like all moved so like Ronan can go up there and just like fix
Yeah,
them,
those
or-
ones seem to be moved out of space.
Okay, so what Ronan does is she like gets in front of Scott for a second, and goes, "Hey Scotty, give me 1 second, okay?" And she just goes and like puts them all in the right spot, and then she just like looks at Scotty's face, and she goes, "You're really cute, and keep doing that."
Thanks.
I'm just gonna
Thank you.
sigh. I'm gonna sigh. I'm really sort of distressed that they moved the pins because I had put them in places that I wanted to go to. Like I really wanted to go to the bakery, so I moved it over there because I just threw away all the
Well,
donuts to piss off
No.
Doug.
Would I have known on a 12 just for funsies? Would I have known that it definitely was Owlicious? I would have already known that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So
no other.
that's you figured
It
that
doesn't
one
take
out
any.
from like you knew it because it was the dust from your grandma's garage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't want it. I wanted to like see if you
Okay,
caught
I
that
just wanted
one.
to make
Yeah,
Yeah. So, Owlicious is still in the room, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she goes up to Owlicious and just like lightly slaps him. She goes, "Stop messing with them. They already don't. There's no. I don't get headaches when I'm around them. That should tell you something."
His when you slap him, his whole face sort of distends and turns into a huge beak for a minute, and he just goes, "Wah!" and then goes back to normal.
Fucking legend.
Oh,
Oh God.
It just makes Ronan laugh. She has had no cares. They have no thoughts. She has no cares.
Well, no.
All right. So as this all comes together for you, just looking for my cast of characters that I had. As this all comes together, you hear a gruff voice, as gruff as a Canadian voice can get, from
Ah,
an apologetically gruff voice
Oh, red
comes
green or
from an office. It's got the building has recently been redone, and they've updated for an open concept, but the senior administrative constables all get full walls on their cubicles, except they're glass walls. And so
Oh.
this glass door opens, and you hear, "Mackenzie, get in here!" And Doug
oh, the big man
Mackenzie
upstairs.
and
I better go.
Aloysius, you hear, you recognize this voice as Constable Stanton, your desk constable, who is the one who assigns you all of your work. Now, you haven't been out in the field in a while, but you both prickle with the idea of getting to get out in the field. Doug with the idea of action in your head. Aloysius with the idea of getting stuck on a horse behind Doug and having that experience.
getting to just murder a whole bunch of innocent people slowly. It's great.
Training
And-
there. She-
I'm excited. You see Aloysius when he realizes he's going to get to go outside. You see just the tiniest little smile happen, And then it just slowly fades again. He just looks around. Excuse me. And he goes over to his desk and like looks like he's fiddling with some files. And then very quickly closes his desk and he has a perfect cup of cappuccino.
And with that, the horses outside whinny because they sense the evil presence. And Stanton goes, "Get in here. I don't have all day. It's not gonna... Well, just get in here. Aloysius, Doug, who are those two anyway? Bring them with you. You might need some computer specialties with this.
I'm the intern. Nice to meet you, sir.
What's your name, intern?"
That's cool.
All I heard is that's cool.
No, Scott, but you could call me Scotty.
Scotty, that sounds good. Thank you.
What do I see in the office?
It's got a whole bunch of files on a long table at the back, and then he has a number of like diplomas up along the wall and a number of like second place trophies.
Can I read any of the
for not they're all like closed files.
Can I read the names on them?
How are you going to do this? They're well behind him. I guess you have the far sight.
Yeah, I've got super super good parrot eyes.
What are you trying to figure out from the files?
I'm literally just trying to see the names of them so I can just recite those names of those files very slowly and start boring him and feeding off him.
They are all...
And also totally unnerving him at the same time.
They are almost all personnel files with the names of various personnel.
Oh, good.
You may now go ahead and
perfect.
make up the names of your coworkers as he's discussing things with you.
Rosa Santiago.
Aloysius.
I like her.
Aloysius.
He's nice.
Aloysius.
Benjamin Fantuzzi.
Aloysius.
I always
We
thought
will send
that
you
was
back
a
to Stony,
strange
Aloysius.
Name. Such a strange
We
name.
will send you back to Stony. It's... Look.
Fine.
KU4. There's been some strange disappearances, some thefts around the town in the past few days, and I think we need to get this figured out. There's the...
It wasn't me. I wasn't anywhere near that shed.
Well, it wasn't at a shed. It was... well, I guess there's a shed at everywhere around here, but...
There's always a shed.
There's always a shed, but... I mean,
Ronan's
you can't
just looking
blame
at
our
her-
rustic architecture.
Ronan's just looking at her nails and she's just like, what does this have to do with us?
Well, that's good that you asked, Ronan. We need someone with your kind of expertise on this one because there's been thefts at the rock shop, and the owner seems to think that it's something satanic. I don't want to start a panic, but it's seemed to be
My
things
parents
like
put off my allowance. It wasn't me.
She wasn't anywhere near that shed either.
there were things I have a list somewhere, but you could get the complete list from the rock shop. But it was
I like
things
the
like
rock
quartz
shop.
crystals, and you know how they sell knickknacks in the back. There were some
Sell
oddly
turquoise.
shaped black
They sell amethyst.
octagonal
They
candles.
sell onyx.
Yes, they sell
they
all of these
sell-
things.
That's very nice. Do you like onyx?
I
Maybe
do.
jet. Do you like jet better than onyx?
Is anybody else feeling
Both
really tired?
volcanic.
Anybody
Doug
else?
Doug,
Maybe I'll
can
go
you?
for a
Ryan's
nap
the only
right
one
now.
that feels
I'm just-
fine.
I
Use
just
another
start
cup
sort
of
of,
coffee.
my
Exhausted.
skin just looks amazing as
Scotty,
this
can
is
you
all
grab me another
happening. I'm
Tim
just
Hortons, please?
glowing.
I feel
Yeah,
Like the
I
gray,
gotcha.
the gray starts leaving my beard. As,
I feel like if anything, this shows Aloysius and Ronan's relationship where they're like, "Yeah, I fucking hate
oh
you,
my
but
god, so
like,
much.
also the
Fine.
workshop."
Yeah, I know
Scotty,
it's
could you
really
make the
nice.
next one a triple? What did they do? A triple?
They will do triple triples.
I'm
I
just-
think
I'm
I've heard
just
of
gonna
people even ordering
slowly-
like quadruple druples. Quadruple
I'm gonna
quadruples.
slowly like make sure that my cappuccino gets somewhere near Doug, and then take a sip.
At that moment, Scotty just hands over like a cup of like one of the other Tim Hortons drinks and just goes,
Uh-oh.
Oh no, what does
Oh,
she
no.
do?
like, it's still good, I
No,
guess.
no.
It's not like a
What does Scotty
cappuccino,
do?
but good.
That doesn't matter. Just put it in me, and he just tugs the whole
Yeah.
thing. It's like spilling down his. Oh god, so tired and so angry at the same time. I don't know how.
Oh, are you a teenage boy now?
Right.
Apparently,
Right.
apparently.
Well,
Doug
Scotty,
needs to
Scotty,
handle
can you
himself a
just
little better.
please help me with my computer so I can enter it in the duty roster where y'all are going, and you can head
Oh,
off.
yeah.
We have
Sure.
all right.
Are we gonna go by horse? Are we getting on a little horsey?
Unfortunately,
I have a minivan. We could take that. My mom's letting me have it for the day, so
that's fantastic.
Oh,
I mean,
dope.
make sure to submit your mileage at the end of the day, and that would be wonderful because the station wagon is in the shop.
cool.
I'm gonna make sure that wherever I'm sitting right behind Doug.
All right. Well, you once.
So unnerving.
Are you?
I got shot. I call shotgun.
I like this dynamic actually because it's like Aloysius is like Doug, and then Ronan's just like, yeah, but I'm Scotty. So
I guess like it's literally he's following Doug around like Doug is just the best lunch he's had forever. You know, this is
Like a buffet.
yeah, as you I still have my little cup of cappuccino with me,
Oh, man.
and every time we hit a bump I just accidentally spill hot coffee down your back, which is why I'm sitting right behind you.
Scotty, what's your feeling about coffee being spilled in your mom's minivan?
Oh yeah, that's a good call, Scotty.
The first time it happens, Scotty's like, I'm not gonna think about it. It's fine. The second time it happens, he like turns around and goes, could you just relax with the coffee cup? Like, please. Like, this is my mom's car, not mine. I can't pay for it.
No.
Oh, what's up with the tiny cup? You
I'm
know, where does
so
all the
sorry
coffee keep
about
coming from?
that.
From this
the
tiny
moment
little
Scotty
cup.
raises his voice a little bit,
And
Ronan's
you-
just like, ooh.
Anybody who like might notice that as people around Aloysius get annoyed, his coffee cup like fills a little further. So he's just constantly sipping on it.
The cup is so small, but there's always coffee in it. How? It's so upsetting.
Did you know that they have amethyst at the rock shop?
Did
And
you know
quartz.
that
And hematite is great. I like it. I
It's
like
wonderful.
this.
Do you want to know what's great for Aloysius? It's really good for grounding and for getting away anxiety.
Oh, that sounds really nice. I also like snowflake obsidian and smoky quartz, and maybe they've got some aquamarine. Is a really nice stone. It looks blue sometimes, or even green. Is what it looks like.
I just hope we've.
You just
that you can
watch his
eat off
cup is
of
just
something.
starting to sort of overflow as he's just
Oh, God.
pouring the crap out of everyone.
Don't spill it. Are we there yet?
It took you like 2 minutes to get there. It's like you probably could have walked, except that would be too unofficial.
Yeah.
Also, how does Scotty drive? I'm just curious.
I'm always like 5 miles under the speed limit, and like
No.
takes extra time at stop signs and stoplights.
My
Elvis
kind of
just must
guy.
delight in that. Must delight in just like the sheer impatience. Doug is just like, can you drive just a little bit faster?
Well,
Just
I can't because this is
I got
this,
it. I've got coffee running down my back. Can you? I just got to do
Yes.
something.
yeah, but
Something's
also
gotta
I'm
happen.
not getting pulled over by the cops today, so we're just
We
gonna
are
have
the
to
cops.
go.
Come on.
But I did not
Okay.
appreciate your tone of
I'm
voice,
sorry.
Uncle
I'm
D.
sorry.
Okay.
Oh
I lost.
wow! Oh
I lost
wow!
my Canadian. I lost my Canadian cool, and I'm sorry. I apologize.
You sound
It's
okay,
fine.
American.
As they're having this little argument, I'm just like, you can hear him whispering, like really near Scotty. God, that tone was terrible, wasn't it? Oh no!
Ronan, you feel Ronan me and goes, that was mine.
And yeah, he's just gonna shoot you a look like, ugh, and then gonna go over to Doug and be like, she really doesn't like you today. You better try much harder. Oh no! I hope
been
you
not
don't
liked
get
before.
anxious.
And so you pull up to the rock
Ronan
shop,
gives everybody human.
Yeah.
and there's diagonal parking all in front of the rock shop.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Easy parking.
easy parking.
Yeah. I'll take the one next to the handicap spot. That's
And
the
I'm gonna just spill a little bit of coffee on you right at the end, so that you just jerk the wheel and end up taking like 2 spots, and then I'm immediately gonna get out and wait for whoever
Before the
comes
car
to
even
try.
stops.
Like, yeah, I just can't wait for the next car to try to get into that slot and get so aggravated at the fact that it can't.
See, here's
I
the thing
also feel
though.
like
Aloysius, you step out, and I'm just like, before anyone else steps out, Scotty just goes, okay, could you guys wait? I need to like repark the car. Just give me a second. And like takes the time to repark and then like actually get right into the proper spot.
You see a very
I also feel like-
disappointed Aloysius on the sidewalk. You
But
sure do.
Aloysius must be like a regular at the rock shop, I would imagine. Like you're gonna be
I
our
feel
in
like
here.
I feel like they would know both Ronan and
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna make a Scotty do a roll for this one.
Oh.
I
okay.
want you to do
the parking?
a
Okay.
act under pressure, and I'm for some reason. Oh, there it is. It's the first one. That's why I couldn't find it.
Ah!
Yeah, do an act
To
under
park-
pressure.
to park under pressure.
Difficult driving maneuvers are described as part of act under pressure. So you roll
Love
plus
With
cool.
an irritated uncle in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Altogether that is a let's 5, 4, 10.
Hey, you
So
park.
not the worst.
You park exactly in the middle of the spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's-
Listen, my
Oh, wow.
parents yelled at me while they were teaching
Yeah.
me how to drive. Like I'm used to this
I
pressure,
think,
okay?
didn't I give you some driving lessons? That looks like a Doug special.
once.
If I've ever
Once,
seen
and
one.
then mom said that you couldn't do it ever again, and I don't know why, but
It's because it
yeah.
only needed to be done once. You learned everything you needed to know. One
Yeah.
session with Doug, good to go.
That's it. Yeah.
Before Doug gets out of the car, he checks to make sure his 38 special revolver is fully loaded for just the simplest investigation. He's ready to go. Whoa,
You have a
that got
38.
quiet.
I
Is
thought.
that right?
Is that I thought? Well, you're from Texas, so I would have thought you'd have known.
I'm not from
but-
Texas, but
Oh,
yeah.
no, I mean,
I live in Texas.
I exist
That's
in that state currently.
Yeah, 38 revolver. 38 revolver.
I was just trying to
2
remember.
rounds.
I thought like Dirty Harry had the 357.
That wasn't one of the options. I've
Oh,
got a 38
oh,
revolver
right. It
or,
was
9,
I
or
see.
9 millimeter.
Right. I thought you. Okay.
Oh.
You were going for the character sheet. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got. I assume you got like a walkie-talkie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good. Yeah. So you
Or
all.
at least one of those push to talk phones or something.
Yeah. I'm definitely thinking it's like a super old school Motorola walkie-talkie because Yeah, I think that would be good. Because if there's something we like to do on Two-Bite Tabletop, it is communication over walkie-talkies and CB radios.
Wow.
In fact, season 2, we're working on doing completely by CB radio.
Oh my god.
We're trying to get a sponsorship
Yeah.
from Walkie Talkies.
Radio.
From ham radios, yeah. From Radio Shack is really where it's at. Circuit
That's where the
City.
money is.
You are
That's where-
aiming for that
yeah.
lucrative Circuit City
Those
sponsorship.
Circuit City dollars.
What everybody
Oh, geez.
wants.
Are Cat and Allie old enough to remember Radio Shack?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Radio Shack.
Yeah,
Okay.
there were a lot that were shut down when
Okay,
I was
right,
like,
Yeah.
right.
oh, that's
Yeah, there were a lot of
remember.
empty storefronts that had
A
big
lot
signs.
were
Yeah.
shut
Okay, I
down.
see.
I've been into a few, but I was also smaller than I am now. But
Fair
they were
enough.
there.
Okay, but they were there. Okay. Good.
Not there yet.
So yeah. So you've got your like Radio Shack Motorola radio there.
Perfect.
And you like Scotty reparks and everyone just looks in awe at how perfectly diagonal the parking
Everyone
job
else
is.
Whoa.
Everyone else looks in awe. I look in absolute annoyance. at this.
Disappointed.
And does
Ugh.
the minivan have the like both sides? Is it new enough to have the both sides doors opening?
No.
Just the one
No.
side?
It's got
No.
Radio Shack stuff inside it. Good God. Come on
Oh, it's
now.
old.
And so you all kind of get out, mildly tripping over Aloysius, and
Mildly.
you can see as you the rock shop is an older building with wood siding on it, and it's got a big like handcrafted sign, and I got to keep my hands within my box here. It's got this big handcrafted sign at the top of this building. It might have once been just a residential building. It's got picture windows all in the front, and the sign is just like white painted plywood with brown plywood cutout lettering that says the Rock Shop on it. And it's you all know the owner, Hillary, and she is just
Before we enter, I'm gonna go set my coffee cup down on the floor of the van, and I'm going to just while I'm in the shadow of the van, I'm just going to transform very quickly into a parrot and fly up and sit on Doug's shoulder.
oh, the things we do in the shadows of the van.
Yeah. That's right.
Doug, how do
You've
you
got
react?
a parrot now.
How do you react to this?
Well, I think it's probably like par for the course
Yeah.
now,
Okay,
right?
it's
happened
Like,
many times
he knows
before.
it's- And in fact, he's kind of relieved because I think like he feels like less
Less
put upon with
Aloysius.
this bird. He prefers Aloysius in this form. He's feeling less coffee dribbling down his back.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
Yep.
The-
No, it's just
but
bird
the,
poop, which is fine.
Yeah. The parrot
NBD.
will occasionally just like yell out random things that other people have said to people in the group. So, like, why is it so small? Things like that.
All right, so how do you all walk into the rock shop? You don't have to give me a marching order or anything, just
Well, I kind of feel like Doug's got to lead the way, right? with the
yeah,
bird
that's
on his
probably
shoulder.
that makes sense.
And I'm not sure, would an RCMP person like have a badge, or would it be like a FBI kind of like in a wallet type thing, or what would
So
they?
here's what I'm picturing is there are uniforms, and you would have like I guess a badge on your hip. I'm trying to think. I live right down the street from RCMP detachment, but I don't see any of them outside it on a regular basis. They have a uniform, so it's not the crazy red uniform. It'd be like brown pants or something like that, and like a lighter brown beige sort of shirt usually.
Mhm.
And they have a yellow stripe, like a tuxedo stripe down the side of the pants. At
Ooh.
least this is what I am remembering of what an
Well, can we
arse.
just say for the purpose
But you can
of
still
this
have your
that
denim
we'll
over
be out of
top.
uniform? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You're-
definitely have like a yellow stripe and the feathers down down my
Mm.
legs.
Oh, that's
You know?
good. That's good.
My Adidas
Ronan is not
RCMP
wearing
bird. Just
Ronan
to hang
came in
around.
black jeans and a crop top that says "emo is not dead," and she had that is how she was rocking.
All right.
All
So
right.
yeah, and Hillary, the owner of the rock shop, would know you all as you come in, but with Doug leading the way, it looks official, and
Mhm.
she leans over the counter of the rock shop. There's, as you go in, there's like all around the sort of various non-precious minerals, just like in like bulk food style bins. You could just go and like get a bag of them, like they're marbles, and then behind the counter there's your amethysts and your peridots and your rose quartzes and all the other more precious gems. You've got
Well,
the those like um, rocks where they're
Keep hearing this
Geodes.
the
Steven Universe
geodes. Yes, you've
Geodes.
got the geodes behind
Yeah.
the there.
I grew up in a mining town. I got you. I got you
I grew
covered.
up in Arizona.
Thank you.
I also did a mining town. I have crystals back there. Do we need help?
Right.
And so Hillary,
As we're walking through this, I'm just gonna like nudge Ronan and just go, hey, do you know that this shop rocks?
Grabs your cheek and goes, just stop
God.
talking.
Oh,
It's just like,
You say
I thought it
please.
was funny. Yeah.
as Aloysius is just so annoyed at this pun that he's going to head over to one of the big bins of rocks, probably like
are you still an owl or in?
They fly
I'm
over?
definitely a parrot. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still a parrot. So I'm gonna flap over to like the onyx or the jet section, something like a very dark rock. And while the owner of the shop comes over, I'm just gonna poo
Nah.
big white bird poo in here and just start
Oh.
sort of moving it around with my feet so you
Oh.
can't really get rid of it. So it's just mixed
Oh.
in with all the rocks. And then just stare blatantly up at the store owner and see how she reacts.
And so Hillary, the store owner, leans over the counter and she goes, "Well, if it isn't Constable Doug of the Mounties, usually
Right.
usually smells when you get in here, but it's not guano most of the time. It's usually bacon. Am I right, Scotty? Bacon,
Wow!
pigs." And she's sipping out of a large Starbucks tumbler with a
Oh my God.
straw out of it. She's very clearly not into the Tim Hortons vibe that is obviously the cops. And
Listen,
so she
Hillary.
sips her
Ronan.
Frappuccino. What's
Ronan
that?
We got called out here. We came here because you asked for us. What is there something that you needed? What's going on?
Look, you know I don't
Takes a
like,
big sip of his Tim Hortons coffee.
and she
So much product placement.
Ronan takes a rose quartz, looks at it, and then immediately puts it in Scotty's pocket because rose quartz is like a love trap crystal.
so
Oh my God.
she pulls out this large bell jar, and there's nothing inside it. She goes, "This is the problem. There was a rather large, impressively large geode that I kept behind the counter. And I came in this morning after running to Brandon for my Starbucks, and
American trash.
there was nothing in this, and I did not sell it. I double checked my receipt books from yesterday, and she's like walking from behind the counter, and as she does that, she walks towards Aloysius and removes the bottom from the bell jar and actually tries to put the bell jar over this parrot. Aloysius, can you
Whoa.
act under pressure, please? Roll plus cool.
Oh, plus cool. Oh, well, shit. I've got a -1. Okay. Oh, so that's a 5. That is definitely a 5.
Oh, geez. Yep.
I also, like, as soon as she comes over, I definitely want to do a couple of things depending on how this turns out.
Well,
So
you rolled a 5. I will read you the description. So on a failed attempt or a failed roll, things go to hell. On a miss, so that's anything under 7. So you try to. What do you do as she tries to put the bell jar over top of you?
I'm gonna start using my claws as a parrot to sort of make it look like I'm sort of digging in, like turn my back to her and just start spraying her with little rocks.
So this is as she's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your talons kind of just, you can't, because you've like soiled them already. Your talons kind of slip on this like wet slimy rocks, and it comes down over top of you on the slimy.
I'm just gonna scream, "Smells like bacon!" And I'm gonna try to start like knocking at it with my beak,
Okay.
trying to break it.
So do you want? So you're gonna try to break it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah, I'm not big on being trapped. I spent a long time in a shed once.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to? So how do you want to get out of it? Do you want to try to
I
like
think
break it?
I think I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna see like where I want to look around and see sort of if there's a weak point or if there's a way for me to like pry up the bottom or anything.
Okay. Yeah. So you could roll to read a bad situation.
Or if I could just like spread my wings up and like dislodge the bell jar.
You could roll to read a bad situation before you make a decision, and that'll get questions to hold.
All right, fabulous. And at the same time, I would like to. Well, I'll read the situation first, and let's see how this. Oh, damn! I got a 12.
Okay, and that's plus sharp.
Yeah, so I got 14.
Okay, yeah. So you can ask the following questions: what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
First, I want to ask: are there any dangers we haven't noticed? And what's my best way out?
Okay, so there are no further dangers in this situation, given that she was just annoyed that you pooped on her rocks. And so there's no further dangers.
I don't notice any other, like, there's no demons lurking in the shop.
You actually, this is, you're reading, like, the situation you're reading right now is very much about your trapped situation.
Oh, okay, all right.
But you aren't seeing any, like, further dangers. It's not like it's like this is the worst that's going to happen. She's annoyed. She's not of any further threat to you. then your best way out is probably taking a good crack at the bell jar with a beak. And I'm not going to make you roll to kick some ass with that. You've just sort of ascertained if you want to take a whack. It's a bell jar. It's not super.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can I lift it off too, though?
you could. It's small enough that getting your wings up is going to be difficult.
Sure.
But
Whatever
could,
it takes to
yeah,
get out of here.
yeah, you could probably just knock it.
Do it.
All right, so yeah, you take your beak and you knock it, and the bell jar kind of just like cracks down the middle and falls off. You found an especially weak spot at one point.
As soon as that happens, I'm going to fly up and land on Hillary's shoulder, and immediately try to just do a little life drain on her.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not gonna like. It's just a little life drain. We're gonna call it zero harm. Which I mean,
just a little bit.
Like, unless you're clearly trying, like, are you clearly trying to harm her?
No,
okay,
I'm
yeah.
just pissed off at her, and I'm just going to take a little bit.
So in Monster of the Week, there's something called zero harm, and so that's just if you do like it's a minor injury at that time that's going to give you a setback in that round, for example. But in this case, it's just zero harm. She takes a sip of her frappuccino and kind of sways off a bit. And she's like, ugh, that bird, Doug, why do you always bring the bird? And she says, hey, can you please figure out what's going on? Someone's taken my geode, my favorite geode, and these weird candles that someone had us order like 10 years ago and no one ever picked up. They were like hexagonal black candles. Someone stole all of them. There was a case. I don't know. It's been sitting there for 10 years. Couldn't sell them. Now someone took them all. I need to figure this out.
Is there any where is she? Is she still out in front of the counter?
Yeah, she's still out in front of the counter. She's holding the bottom of the bell jar.
I want to see if I can't steer her to go behind the counter so I can get a look at what's behind there.
Yeah, roll to manipulate someone.
All right.
Yeah, and I think, is that something you can do through magic, or is that...
I'm a dark negotiator. I can use the manipulate someone, move on monsters as well as people.
Yeah, but it's also the, like, how are you going to do it?
Oh,
yeah, so this is very much like, you don't have, like, you could... use force, you can use words, you can use trickery, or in the case of, for example, like the spooky can use telepathy to do it.
Sure. I'm just going to I'm gonna start like slowly like tapping her ear with my wing until she moves in the right direction.
Okay.
And then I'll stop.
Yeah, okay, roll to manipulate someone.
Let's see. Oh, this one, it's a 7.
Okay, and that is plus
0.
Okay, so that is a mixed success. Give me a second here. So your charm is 0.
It is. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm not very charming.
All right. All right. So she's like, get this bird off of me. What are you trying to do, bird? She's kind of just like dancing.
Yep. Like, I'm just gonna.
What do I have to do to get you away from me?
What a bitch!
Excuse me. What did you just say? So on a 7 to 9, they will do it, but only to a certain extent, and if they'll tell you what you need to do. So Like,
all I want her to do is get behind the counter so that I can clandestinely see if there's any clues.
Okay, so you need to
behind
do.
there.
All right, if you'll get off my
Fun
shoulder,
stuff.
bird. Like, can you get off my shoulder?
I will. I'll hop down onto. Does she have like a stool or a chair that she sits on behind the
Yeah,
counter?
there's definitely like a stool behind the counter.
Okay, I'm just gonna hop down on the stool then, and I'm just gonna. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look around, see if there's anything sort of weird or out of place, and then I'm just gonna look her dead in the face and say, "What a bitch!" again, and then
just before
who
she
on the stool.
So the way she gets back there is, or you get her back there, is she like chases you and tries to sweep you off the stool, and so she doesn't particularly like the what a bitch and the poop, but
No,
she's just like she's done with you.
Not a fan.
And so, what do you want to look for back there?
just anything that's sort of out of sorts. If there's anywhere that her eyes go immediately, I want to look and see what that thing is.
Yeah, so let's see. What would be a good, because I'm trying to decide if that would be like an investigative mystery or let's see.
Also, a very small, thin demi-tasse cup appears next to the cash register as she gets really annoyed about poo on her chair.
Yeah.
And the parrot goes over and just
So do you want
sips
to
it a little bit.
I mean, again, investigate a mystery gets you very clear stuff about like what's going on there, but you know what? I think investigate a mystery would get you some somewhere. I mean, you're also been called there to investigate, so you could ask Doug could
11.
ask questions. Okay, yeah, so you can ask to what happened here,
right.
what sort of creature is it?
Investigate a mystery. Let's see. What is being concealed here? Meaning, like, yeah. So, what's being concealed here? I think would be a good one. And, where did it go?
Okay, so how do you sort of like? I'm gonna let you use your animal sight to do this, but what are you looking at? So there's sort of a cash register. There's a definitely like a back room area with a door to it. There's a display. What are you looking specifically for with your sight?
I am looking for any signs of breakage. I'm looking for any signs that there was anything forced, like scratches around like any of the locks, like they were picked, or claw marks or anything like that. And I'm looking for a trail of anything like wax from the candles or dirt or anything that would indicate a trail.
Yeah, so what you notice, so you're asking what is being concealed and where did it go? Yeah, so what you can see is that there is a you can actually see that there's like a tape mark over the where like the door latch would be. So it looks like maybe something taped over the door to the break room or the storeroom at the back, so they could get in from the back somehow. Looks like they somehow used a rear entrance or exit to get out and in. And,
can I fly back there?
The door is currently closed. This would require either use of your talons in an interesting manner or help from a human.
I'm gonna fly back over to Doug's shoulder. And I'm just gonna say just back.
So he's gonna look down his back and be like, "What's on my back now?"
So dumb. I'm gonna look around and see if anybody else picks up on what I'm putting down. No.
Scotty is literally just like staring at all the rocks and trying to decide which one to go put in Ronan's pocket.
He's like looking at the one like.
Oh my god.
Which one?
No, don't catch it.
So, does anyone else want to ask Hillary anything or try to look around, ask if she maybe has an idea where people came through?
Yeah, right after Ronan put a rock in Scotty's pocket and watched Aloysius kind of just parade himself everywhere. She does want to I kind of want to use my ability. It's called Tune In.
Okay.
It's where I can see if there's any it says you can attune your mind to a monster or minion. On a miss, a monster becomes aware of you, and I can give you all if I fail. But
Oh no, I've pulled it up. It's okay.
Okay, would that work in my situation, or?
Oh. I think so. I would say, can you try to follow the clues to the back before you do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Aloysius was basically just saying back.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was yes.
I mean, it was obvious. He's trying to sort of disguise it as like sort of like a bird when he like hops
Yeah.
back and forth, but he was definitely like pointing to the back.
Okay, so I like this, just making sure because I'm so used to other games where I have to use like roll intelligence and stuff like that. But would I like roll a sharp or whatever so I could be like, oh, it's back.
Tune in is plus weird because it's a magical ability.
But
Oh.
you said that before. I could use tune in. You would kind of want me to follow the.
Yeah, just if you just sort of follow Aloysius' clues to the back.
I guess so this is what I think Ronan would do. When Aloysius is like, back, she like puts out her arm and goes, come here, honey. We're gonna go somewhere. You're gonna show me where you want to go.
You audibly hear Aloysius just a heavy sigh. And he's sort of like pop over to her.
In the same moment that Aloysius hops over, you just feel Scotty's hand like on yours. Like, okay. Did not catch, like literally was so like stuck with the rocks that basically was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come with.
You see Ronan just like
That's good.
fine.
Oh, that's good.
I'll let that happen. But she like very quietly, as Aloysius is going on to her arm, goes, if you poop on me, I'm cutting you up and we're having you for dinner. Do you understand that?
So how do you feel when Scotty grabs your hand?
It's like, oh, he's holding my hand. That's nice.
I mean, is it like cute or is this like a love thing?
It's cute. Ronan doesn't know what love is currently. I think Ronan, she's not like really into herself. She's just like not always fully aware of the situation. She's just kind of just like always she's vibing all the time. She doesn't want to put 100% of her energy into anything.
Sure.
So she appreciates Scotty. She likes it when they are around. She thinks that Scotty is attractive and cute, but she's not like in love.
Sure. Do you get like a little pump of serotonin?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. As she touches your hand, you visibly see Aloysius flinch at that nice emotion happening. It's just like he's like, oh, yeah.
It's like there's more of that to come if you keep acting like a little shit.
See him just
He's just like, Scotty, keep holding my hand.
All right.
You can watch the sheen on his feathers start to fade.
He's like, he's in punishment right now. Where do you want to go?
What a bitch! Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hillary
Yes, I know.
and
Song
from
of my
behind
people.
the counter goes Hillary goes, Constable, just can you take control of this motley group or send someone?
All right,
to-
let's go, everybody. We're going to the back. Let's go. So I guess we all head in the back.
Yeah. I'm just going to go back to the questions that Kyle asked.
Okay.
Nope. Let's go. Yeah, so as you go through the back, it is like, it's more of these like bulk barn style. Do you have bulk barn in the States?
Yeah, well, we've got rock shops. We
no.
know what that.
No, bulk food stores.
Oh, Costco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Costco and Sam's Club.
Yeah.
okay, we don't have bulk food at Costco. Bulk is like you
That's
go
the
to the
entire point of Costco.
Go
Yeah,
there.
Costco is
Don't.
a bulk store.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
so
Canada just completely lost me.
no
Like,
so
you just lost me on Canada.
okay,
Like,
so
I'm
when
done
I
now.
think of a bulk store,
You're
there
talking about,
are
like the bins. Like
yeah,
you
the
scoop
bins that you
and-
scoop from. We don't have
Yeah.
those at
Yeah.
Costco
Oh.
in
Oh,
Canada.
so like moms.
Probably, yeah. We've got this store called Bulk Barn, and it's actually, and it is Canadian. It's actually got a Canada flag and or a maple leaf in its logo. I just remembered.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's called
Yeah,
Bulk
so
Barn.
like-
So yeah,
Do you guys know what Sprouts is? Do you guys know what
Yes.
like a Sprouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of like
love
a Sprouts, but
Sprouts.
bigger. It's like a
Yes.
Sprouts, but bigger.
yeah. So
Okay.
in the back, there's more of these like Bulk Barn style, Sprout style bins of like bulk rocks that you can just like shovel in, and there's like knick-knack shelves and stuff for like seasonal gift shop stuff, and you can see that there's some clear like markings on the floor. It's just a concrete floor, but you can see there's some markings. And Hillary comes with you and she points, she goes, the candles, they were up over there. And as Aloysius sort of hears this, he actually like flies over to where the candles were kept, and there's just it's actually on the bottom floor. There's shelves, but it's on the lower one that she's pointing to, and you hit just like they must have been on top of a thing of Christmas decorations or something. It's like a really light box, and you just like fly into the box, and the box kind of moves, and you can see there's a what looks to be a hoof print being concealed by the box. And with that, Doug's big ol' Radio Shack Motorola radio crackles to life. And you hear Constable Stanton. He goes, Doug, I'm sorry to disturb you. I know you're very busy right now at the rock shop.
What a bitch!
Oh, is Aloysius doing that thing again? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry that your day is going this way, but there's been an incident at the bridge. There's a youth fell off, and I think you should probably go investigate that.
Okay.
And with
Well,
that,
we just picked. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna. Sorry, go ahead. You can respond, and then
No, fire away.
I was gonna make that the cliffhanger.
Yeah, go for it.
You can
I
you can
wrecked it. I
respond
stepped
to
on
him.
it, sorry.
You can respond to him.
I was just gonna say we just picked up.
This
a
is
lead
a
here, but-
Canadian cliffhanger, an argument about who
Oh,
gets
sorry.
Yeah, I was-
sorry.
We're all apologizing.
So sorry. Yeah. Oh, we just picked up a hot clue here, but we'll head right on our way.
All right. It's and with that we will pause and cut, and next time we will find out what happened at the Souris swinging bridge, and perhaps have some hilarious improvised Tim Hortons commercials, where where celebrity chef Lynn Crawford makes some joke about molten lava cakes and molting birds
Oh,
and offends
Oh.
Aloysius.
I'll scratch that bitch's eyes out.
I wouldn't
I
tangle
love-
with her.
I love how Aloysius and Ronan matched energies, and Doug and Scotty matched energies. We're like, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's happening.
All
This
right.
is what's happening.
We can do an official good night, everybody.
Oh, good night.
Have a spooky
Bye.
week. And we will see you next time on Two-Bite Tabletop.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to go back and check out our past episodes where we played Dream Askew. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and check out all of our links in the doobly-doo. It really helps if you check those things out. See you next time.